Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of the 5D News. We are already July 8th. Welcome to the show. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Hi, Sophie. How are you doing at the very beginning of July?
I'm really good. We don't have the perfect weather of July here in Quebec. Let us know if you have beautiful weather, but here it's kind of cold and rainy so far. So hopefully it's going to be sunshine and rainbows really soon.
Hopefully, we're gonna have a typical summer here in Quebec as well. So I think we have a very interesting show tonight. Lots of things happening, especially on the political forefront of the things. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but let's see what the cards have to say because I'm sure we'll have a better perspective and higher perspective of what everything is going on. So let's start there, shall we?
Mhm.
Let's start with the politics. And so there has been a lot of things that I want to share. But first, let's talk about here regarding Jeffrey Epstein. So FBI and DOJ, Department of Justice, conclude Epstein did not have a client list and committed suicide. So this is very surprising. And I know also we're going to talk about the P. Diddy trial right after, but also there has been some very disappointing news. So we all thought we were just on the bridge of having a lot of revelations about all this, traffic word. And everybody was excited about like, oh, at least there's going to be disclosure of information. A lot of those political dark cults are going to be exposed, but yet no. And also, I think I'm going to make an astrology parallel right after we pull on the cards. But let's start there with this very surprising news because also we know that Ghislaine Maxwell has been imprisoned for 20 years because she was judged guilty of being a part of that. But there are no clients to this prostitution. So it's only victims. So that seems a little weird. Let's ask the card, Sophie, what happened for this sudden reversal? So we all thought they were about to disclose the list, but now there is no list. So what happened for us to get this sudden reversal?
So we have big news with the first card.
Indeed.
Commitment. So I don't like this one because it's helping someone else.
To climb on top.
Money.
Mm.
Ruthless, money and power. Interesting, just after the card of money and commitment. And we have the masculine. Last card is slightly dangerous. So, of course, there is a person that has a lot of power and a lot of money, of course, that is interfering in this. I don't think that's because there is no list at all with those cards. I kind of, that was my personal view on it too, but I'm always going with what the cards are saying no matter what. And the card seems to say that there was a payment, a huge payment. And the card that says slightly dangerous is also interesting with the card of the man. Let me just get the second row. We have 8 of Wands underneath big news. So that's communication. We have the sun with commitment, which is interesting in this card because we have the sun right there in between those two people. The sun can represent money, can represent power, a man also, amongst other things, clarity on a situation. So I think something was about to come to the light, something was about to be revealed, and someone that didn't want to be accused, probably, King of Cups, didn't like that at all and just decided to buy his way out of it with a signature. And let's see what the card of the man is. We have
the cards like who has stepped in order to protect themselves or someone else, but who has stepped in order to change the outcome of this case.
4 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the Page of Wands, and the Death card. Interesting.
Is it someone you think that we know of, like publicly, or is it something behind the scenes?
That's behind the scene with the 4 of Swords. It's not a person that is known with those cards. The 10, so we have the Four of Swords, the 10 of Wands. We have the Page of Wands, the Death card, and the Three of Wands. Somebody that didn't want to be also known, especially not for the right reason. Especially that wanted to have a distance with this horrible thing that is going on. This topic in general. But this person that is said to be slightly dangerous, we have the card of John Jacob Astor, which is Astoria. How do you say that? The hotel of John Jacob Astor, Waldorf Astoria. Yeah. So this is someone that has a lot of money and build a lot of wealth, and this is a person that is responsible for this stop. And this person that is also in a background that is not known, I think there is a bigger player in the background that didn't want to be seen also and associated with this also. So
Okay.
we seem to have multiple people, but two main characters that are not wanting to be seen. One is very, very wealthy and has a lot of legacy, a lot of companies and such. And the other one is more deep state, possibly.
Can we see if it's like a member of the family of the Rockefeller? Talking about the person that you're naming has a lot of wealth. Could that be? Is it a possibility?
Nine of Wands, that would be probably more of a royal.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, for this one. Yeah, Seven of Swords and Nine of Wands, it's like the card of don't go there. This person is really protected.
And it's interesting also because in the astrology, we just had Neptune turn retrograde, which is the planet of illusions, of stars, of people who have a, let's say, a reputation, that are some kind of, have a stardom of some kind. And it's a planet of deceptions as well, of media, of politicians. And it just turned retrograde. So, and you said, it's interesting because you said like someone wants to stay behind the scenes and doesn't want to be known. So it's about like keeping that secrecy. And it really makes sense also with Neptune, and it's in conjunction. It's in a close, almost conjunction next week with Saturn. So it's like laws and the authorities that are protecting some kind of secret even more. So Neptune and Saturn will conjunct exactly in February of next year. Can we ask the cards if in 2026 is it going to lift the veil about like who is this person wanted to be protected?
Okay. And I just want to say there's a female that is heavily involved in this turn of events. So I don't know if this is Gillian or if this is somebody else, but there is a woman that is heavily involved in the hiding, suddenly changing of there is no list suddenly. Okay, so in 2026, we have Ace of Coins. So this is a yes.
Yeah.
It's almost like the money is not going to be sufficient anymore with this.
Maybe a change in the financial systems as well. So the old currencies don't buy protection no more.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So now, since it's kind of all part of the same, I guess, group or group of topics. So it's interesting because if you guys remember, Sophie has pull cards on the Diddy trial a couple of weeks ago, or at the very beginning of the trial, I believe. And I asked if it was going to reveal a lot of secrets about the industry and about like everything that we know is very dark and is happening behind the scenes. And she said, no, it's going to be very disappointing. A lot of people are going to want to protect themselves. And I'm telling you, Sophie, because I'm sure you don't remember pulling on this. Yes, exactly what I thought. But I do remember that you said it was going to be very disappointing in the end. And it's exactly what happened. So like we were so excited because a lot of celebrities were supposed to, what's the word? témoigner.
Come and give their
As a
version. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the word, but they were supposed to come in the court and reveal what they had to say, testify. But now it's like, and I have another article from Tim who sent me that it costs $10 million for the other side, for the government to have this let's say accusation, but it fell flat in the end. Okay, so a lot of it, so Diddy was free from a lot of allegations, including racketeering, and I think he was only guilty for one of the minor things, which is transportation of escorts and prostitution workers. Anyways, which is crazy. So I have a question. Okay, what happened? And I'm guessing it's the same thing, but let's see what the cards have to say. What happened for this disappointing outcome?
Logical and personal, solitude, community, mirror, clouds, confusion, doubts, the devil, and the fear. Yeah, basically it's just the institution that stepped in and protected. So it's all just a big community there, and it's basically just those cards. There is more than one like that. We have confusion in the mirror and everything, the devil. So it's just to say that it would have been anybody else if they are part of the community and they're not rebelling against it. They're protected. So to be left on your own and to have to be declared guilty, you would have been a rebel, because you need to not have the support of the group of Hollywood, of this institution, to be accused and lose your battle. You need to be against them, otherwise you're protected. Yeah. So we have the Sun card, the Hermit, Ace of Swords, King of Wands.
Can we say, like, is it the same type of story that happened with the Epstein case that also happened with the Diddy's? Is it the same people that are trying to protect themselves? Like, I mean, behind the scenes, yeah.
Yeah, we have the same card for both. We have the Two of Cups, basically an agreement behind closed doors.
Yeah.
This is pretty much it. Six of Cups reverse in both cases. For both trials, we had a Six of Cups, which is the best interest of the innocent people, reverse. Also, not a care in the world about the innocent people. And why is there compliance from the justice system? We have the Three of Wands. Cannot speak. Three of Pentacles reverse. So it's this institution is built by those groups for protection of those to protect them. For them in their view. So it's not, this would be fair, and this would be like coming together and building something solid and teamwork and all. This is just very horrible. And
Okay. Will we hear about this case again whenever, let's ask for 2026 again, because I think it's also part of the Neptune Saturn new cycle that they're creating, and Neptune going retrograde. We have Saturn going retrograde. So the law, Saturn karma going retrograde until the end of the year. Neptune also with Saturn. So will we see this case resurface again in 2026? Not sure.
It's very minimal. It's very, very minimal. If you see how he's happy in this, like he is free. There's also, I don't know if every place has different laws, but I know there's a law of, like, if you have been accused and there's a verdict on something, like you cannot have a new verdict unless there is a lot of new proof, right? So if you have been non-guilty of those crimes, they're not able to reprocess the whole thing. So it says the answer is yes. So there's going to be something, but it's going to be minimal. So maybe one victim and not like the whole deal. And I can assure you that the people who are making those decisions, not all of them are feeling great about this. So even though we have the same card of like, you need to help because you're in part of this group, we have the card of regret. So I really see that there is some kind of not feeling good about everything that is heard and everything that is proven to be happening. Yeah. So I think that in the end, it's going to be more one case at a time that it could be heard, but not like, yeah.
Okay, big question here. A lot of people are not going to be happy about this question, but since we're trying to know the truth, let's just ask. Did Trump have any influence in the outcome of the Diddy trial and the Epstein case?
Mm-hmm.
Did he use his influence in order to tweak the direction of where those cases were going?
And isn't it Musk that tweeted that Trump was on the list? Yeah.
Yeah, we pull cards on it, and you said no. He said like he was indirectly involved.
Okay, let's just see what the cards has to say about this.
Did Trump have a say in those cases, or was it an outside influence?
Oh my God, one card. It says helping hand. It's a yes. It's a big yes. How? Then we need to, it says I'm here to assist you. So that says the big yes. So it can go both ways. It could go, I mean.
Who was he protecting? And what was his goal? Like, was he not ready to go into war with some of those people? Is it strategic? What's going on? What's the intent behind this helping hand?
Oh, we have the strength. So this means winning a lot of leverage for later on.
Okay.
We have the 10 of Cups. Yeah. Seeing the bigger goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can we ask the cards, like, does he have still good intention for humanity? Because you're saying like he wants to accumulate some more forces for later on. So is it done with a good intention? Let's have
for humanity.
Yeah.
King of Wands, which is him, the Judgment, the Two of Wands, and Eight of Pentacles. At the moment, I would say it's very neutral. His position is very neutral. No, I'm not pleasing everybody saying that. I'm just reading the cards. So at the moment, we have him, and it's very funny because we have the lion head right there.
Yeah.
It says that
he's a Leo rising.
Yeah, it says basically that the world is watching currently, and it can still go both ways. I don't know if he knows what he wants to do with it. I think it could be either a very big leverage for his own personal gain or for humanity, and he will use it as it will feel. It says on a soul level, he has agreed to use it for humanity. And on a soul level, this is where he is supposed to go with this. He's supposed to be extremely careful about what he is doing. But this is the thing. He is still in this free will place of what choices do I make with this? And so far, we have him keeping this and really seeing where he wants to use it the most.
Okay, so this is so interesting. So he's at a crossroad type of decision. His soul agreed to use that leverage in order to help humanity, but let's see what the ego decides to do.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay, I have a very interesting question in the topic from Angeline. And she was saying that since Musk did make some allegations saying that Trump was on the Epstein list, she's saying, was it in fact like a mirror kind of projection situation where it's in fact Elon Musk who was on the Epstein list? Can we ask the cards if it's true?
Let's see. That would fit the card that we had about John Jacob Astor card with this empire. Let's see. Was Musk involved in the Epstein?
Was he on the Epstein list?
Yeah. It's, oh my God, it's really bad. So let's say we are very cautious with this. If it's not him directly, it's someone extremely close of him. Extremely, if it's not him directly. But I mean, the rest of the cards are pretty much like what I saw, offering a lot of money. We have this scandal, and it says you cannot take it with you, meaning you cannot like not have it being revealed, with the card of being revealed. So I would say yes. Let me take 2 cards of tarot with this. But so far, I would say yes. Which for me, it's out of character. I would have never guessed that. I don't know him personally.
Me neither. I don't think he's a saint. Like, I think he was in the very dark stuff before. And I think his soul agreed to use the leverage and the power that he has to help humanity at this point in this time. This is what I believe. But, who knows?
Okay, let's take 1 card. Okay, was it Musk? Epstein. 9 of Cups. I think it's a yes. I think for parties.
Okay, so he did some stuff.
Yeah,
we don't know how bad, but
we don't know. But
and like, just judging, there's a lot of those pictures on the internet. So he's meeting and networking with those people. So I don't think he avoided to be part of that kind of society. So it's.
Let me take 1 more card. I just want to see if we are taking the worst of it. I just want to see
how bad is it on a scale from 1 to 10.
Yeah, to Devil to Ace of Cup. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
The Empress. It's not that bad. I think it's more for the AI. It's more for the fertility. I think it's more. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
But what, like, I thought we were talking about like what he did in the Epstein.
Yeah, I think he had other interests than necessarily that side of. For me, okay, I'm trying to watch what I say, but in the same time, I think I need to explain the Empress. For me, it's the full-grown woman. It's an adult.
Okay, so he's not into minors, which is good.
Which the rest of the cards so far were about 6 of Cups, children, Page of Cups, children. But we have this Empress card. So for me, it could be more either Ghislaine Maxwell, maybe a friendship of some sort, or some kind of interest for his own personal interest for his businesses. And I see a lot of interest with fertility, and I see a lot of interest with research on the female in general. So there could have been a kind of a worst side to what was going on, but this is not a topic for today on the Epstein Island.
But like, if I remember correctly, I think he has had a lot of is it surrogates or just women carrying a lot of his child. So I think he's very interested into the theme of repopulating the earth with his DNA. So he might be into this DNA kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. And I have another one on Mr. Musk, which I thought was super interesting. So I came across this post, which I'm going to share with you. It says here, Elon Musk says he's a 3,000-year-old time-traveling alien who is trying to return to his own planet. And I thought that was super funny because it's on a very mainstream account on Instagram. So can we pull cards? Is that true?
Okay.
Because sometimes like they say crazy stuff out there, but just people don't believe it. And sometimes they're just very blunt.
I think there's some truth to it.
What part?
I'm saying this because the first card is a card of secret, mystery, and unknown.
Okay.
So there's some kind of truth to it.
So he's coming back also with some like knowledge that we don't have.
Yeah. Like, communication with the throat chakra. So I think there is some truth and obligation to share it.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Pretty much true.
Maybe not all of it, maybe not the age of it, but we can see that the knowledge is really something that is out of this world.
Yeah.
Are we thinking that it is more of a kind of a extra soul, like kind of or walking, or what do you think?
Personally, I don't think he's a walk-in. Like, this is just my intuitive knowledge, but I think he was born to with a soul mission to maybe bring in some technology. Maybe can we just ask, like, because I have another question for him
Yeah.
to end the topic of Elon Musk, but can we just ask if his soul agreed to help humanity bringing in new technology and knowledge that we weren't aware of?
Yeah. Just to be clear, when I didn't believe also walk-in per se, but I'm wondering if his channeling is either extraterrestrial past
Probably.
life or yeah. I don't think he's like 3,000 years old, but I think the knowledge he is probably channeling in some way is. Okay, so you were asking, sorry?
Did his soul agree to help humanity bringing in some new technology?
Okay.
And knowledge.
He's there for the transition and to bring more AI and to bring more off-world technology.
To the age of Aquarius, which is this card.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we just ask Art if he's 3,000 years old? Like, is there some truth to that statement? The time traveler, I think, is the right part.
Yeah, because it's like two parts. So time traveler, it makes sense. I don't agree with it 3,000 years. Yeah, time traveler makes more sense. Yeah, exactly. Time traveler.
Time traveler. Okay.
He's channeling some knowledge from other times.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And big news here. So he just started a new party in the US, which is the America Party. And it's said to be some kind of party that's going to be in the middle of the left and the right, so the Democrats and the Republicans, because he says that 80% allegedly of the people of the American population would be more in the middle, not would be going towards extremes. Will it be successful? Can we ask the cards? What's the future of this party?
Okay, the card of the Capricorn telling people what to do. That's a good thing. Metamorphosis. Okay, maybe walking away from that rigidity. Let's see the cards. Recognition, bodyguard, money. Okay, lack of concern, mask downs. Okay, interesting. Independence. Okay. What is the cards for what is coming for this success? What's the success of this new party? So he has a long way to go for it to be successful. He has a long way to go to receive what he really wants as a result. But you're going to see that this is initiate a big change in how people view politics. So that it is successful or not, which I think if he wants to be, he has to put in a lot of effort and time, but that it is successful or not, we're going to see a change because of it. So I think it's good. He wants to walk away, have a new perspective, hangman, on this all politic thing. So he wants to change how it is done. I'm seeing more tweets. I'm seeing more, more communication through medias to the population. I'm seeing more of instant politics with the people, and even polls online and things that are more back and forth with the population instead of behind closed doors. This is his idea, how he wants to do
or democratic in the right sense of it. This is the ideology behind it. This is what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's interesting because a couple of weeks ago, you said we were talking about the feud between Musk and Trump, and you were saying it's basically they're playing the roles of being in a feud publicly, but they're both joining towards their soul mission even more. So they're going to have more tools and more ways in order to make their life mission happen, which I think is the case now because they're both in separate paths, separate projects.
Yeah.
But I think behind the scenes, it has a common goal still. And that makes sense what you said at that point.
Yeah, I think they need to I think they needed to part, but they never parted for real. And I think that they needed to, that's maybe why. Yeah, you're right. That's maybe why, because he wants to attract another kind of population. And if it was fully with Trump, it would not have the same impact.
And it's like, again, it's what the dark side does in politics. So they create left and right. So they create polarities into different parties. When they give the illusion that people are choosing between, they have the choice in democracy between two parties, but like both are controlled with the same dark forces. And now maybe like, let's say the light side has taken the same strategy, which is to pretend that there's a choice between two, but the two are, let's say, battling in the same direction or going in the same, direction, which is very smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the same topic, I put out, well, not the same topic, but similar. I put out this video a couple of days ago, which was, so Uranus, the planet Uranus, of technology, of big change, of changes in society as well, of freedom, of democracy, has changed a sign and has entered Gemini yesterday on the 7th of July. This is going to be about an 8-year transit. And I wrote, the future is here. So I'm talking about like everything that is ruled by Uranus and Gemini. So, and every time you had Uranus and Gemini in the past, a lot of innovations have come to us human in terms of new technology, which has totally changed our day-to-day lives and our way to engage with the world. So can we ask the cards, because like in that video, I talk about a lot of, let's say, theories about on the astrology standpoint about what could be new, what kind of big shifts we could be seeing. Can we ask the cards, like, what new innovations will come to the light? Or can we see like what sector can see more innovations in the next 8 years?
First of all, there is a lot of wars in my cards.
It's interesting because in that video I talk about that as well.
Okay.
We had Uranus and Gemini, we had wars.
Okay.
And Gemini rules this idea of polarity, of ideology. Uranus is like wanting to separate from the past, wanting freedom. It's like this revolutionary energy. And not saying that this is where we're going, but let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, it's almost like the I have a lot of cards. Let me see if I can show it to you. It's almost like there could be a freedom from old partnership. You see how I don't say the word that I cannot pronounce? Partnership is better. Yeah. So it's almost like there could be freedom from old partnership, and also some kind of it's a power grab. It's like we want to shake the power and restart this power grab, and to see if the one that won the last time is still going to be winning. So, for example, if the US is still going to be very high on the list of the major powers of the world, or if there's another country that is going to take this place, it could also be, let's hope, Canada getting out of the Commonwealth or things like that. But let's hope. But there's a power grab that is at play, and this is going to be personal.
Power shift more than power grab. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say power grab just because it may be not the right way to say that, but it's going to be kind of a war. We're going to restart this battle of who's going to have the power, and it's going to be in many different dynamics. So personal and also global, government and countries, but companies too, and in personal life also. Next we have friendship. It's really about who do you associate with and who do you leave behind.
Which is
Um,
interesting because Uranus is the planet of friendships and networks and alliances and this kind of soul tribe, your environment, your network, yeah, your environment.
the last topic that I see also is love, and it's really about how can you be happy on your own. This is not about being alone or in a relationship, but this is how can I be happy on my own. This is also going to help this trend. I don't know why, but it's going to also address your fears, your insecurities, your blind side. So you're going to be addressing what needs to be done in order to be happier on your own. And again, it's not about being single or in a relationship, it's about just happy on your own.
Which is interesting because it's also the process of individualization, which is ruled by Uranus, like being your own unique, quirky individual and not and being proud of it and being okay with being different with, because we're all bringing different parts of the divine one consciousness, right? And you said something and I wanted to add to that. Oh yeah, because the initial question, what innovations and what kind of sector, and it's interesting, can we say that with your answers that we're going to see lots of newness and innovations regarding social media, because you talked about, like, you had friendship, alliances, connections, so we're going to change the way that we connect and communicate with other people, and that we feel, I don't know, connected throughout the collective with other people. So I'm thinking social media, maybe that's also communications. Do you see that as well?
I'm seeing less social media, weirdly
Okay.
enough. I have the Sun, the Hierophant, and I have the Queen of Sword. And again, it's really about, like, who do you remove from your life, reveals about
Like more truthful connection, more in presence connections, maybe.
yeah, exactly. And it always start right with removing the bad ones. When it comes to social media, I think they will need to change and adapt because of this change.
Yeah, the change is inward.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so interesting. And okay, can we also ask the cards regarding that same Uranus and Gemini transits, which we're going to have until 2033? What will happen in terms of, let's say, education, online education?
Okay.
Because Uranus is the planet of technology, of internet, online. Gemini is learning, it's education. We will see more of this online education trend.
I think it's going to be having more of comfort at home. Yes, I think it's going to be more comfort at home for the children.
Oh,
I think it's going to be more of a one-on-one kind of a teacher, which is weird because I know that this is not for everybody, but this is what I'm seeing so far. So let me ask why we have this. Is it going to be an AI tutor? Yeah, we have independent. So I think it's going to be more of a, schools are going to have more of a program, a structure online, and maybe AI tutor or some kind of a more of a structure. So the children are going to be more independent on their
more
studies.
alternative school like models. So let's say they
Mhm.
have a list of projects they can start, and the child is choosing, oh, okay, today I'd like to work on that. So they're more autonomous. Yeah.
Definitely. And I'm seeing also more of interest from the parents to have survival skills for the children from a young age.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Well, for sure, Uranus and Gemini is going to bring lots of newness, especially regarding learning. Gemini rules learning, so it means that people are going to become more curious, are going to have more skills, develop new skill set to become more free, which is also Uranus. So any kind of things that can make you more free, either practically or through your beliefs or your the knowledge that you hold, is going to be very much looked for. And on that topic, we have announced yesterday, so this is a very fresh announcement that we are releasing, and the registration is now open to our new course, which is Practicing Tarot. So Sophie and I are going to have 5 live classes starting on July 23rd. We're super excited about this course. So it's online, it's interactive. And I believe it's very much in the vein of that Uranus and Gemini, helping people to be more free, to use even more of their own discernment with the cards. It's an intuition tool. So it's a tool that you can use in order to make better decisions for yourself, to step into your true self, and to really honor like the complete being that you are. So I think tarot is a beautiful tool for that, especially when we learn how to really integrate the meaning of the cards and practice with practical readings and examples. So this is what we're going to do in this class, and we're going to have at least 3 winners who are going to win readings, tarot readings with our amazing Oracle Sophie. So we're starting very soon, and we would love for you to be here with us. And we have a very special promo. So we have right now a 10% off that's going to be until July 21st only. And the code is Tarot10. So both the options that we're going to talk about are super affordable. Let's say compared to similar courses that we have on the internet. And we're going to be live every week starting on July 23rd. So very excited about that. And our next option is, if you haven't taken before tarot level 1 and 2, which are the definitions of the cards, of the tarot cards. So tarot level 1 is the major arcana, level 2 is the minor arcana. So you have the opportunity right here with a huge discount. So this is a never seen before discount of 50% off all courses, so 1, 2, and you get the chance to hop on the Tarot 3 on July 23rd, and the code will be package 50. So this is a beautiful package that we put together, and the estimated value on the regular price is $700, and now it's at $350, so super affordable for the 3 courses. There's a lot of information there, and you have a lifetime access to all the definitions of the cards and downloadable documents as well. So both promos are until July 21st. Sophie, what did I miss? Is there something else that you'd like to add to this course that we're launching?
Well, the fact that you are going to enlighten us with a lot of your knowledge about astrology. So this is where tarot and astrology combine, and this is where it really gets fun. So if you ever wanted to learn astrology, this is going to give you a good start in it to understand your own birth chart also in the course of tarot, because we're using the houses system. Yeah. And this is the best, I think, the best way to read the cards. This is the only reading that I do yearly to Julie and that I receive from Julie. So I really love this this spread that is a zodiac spread, that we get to see every area of someone's life. And this is the only spread that I would do for myself. So this is the only spread that I feel that is really accurate, even when you do it to yourself. And when you do it to someone, it is really complete. You can see really what is happening in all area for someone. So it's just, it's a big, a lot of love for me on that zodiac spread.
Okay. And just to be clear, this is not an astrology course. This is a tarot course. But throughout this course, we're going to teach you the zodiac spread, which is a 12 house, like Sophie just described. So it has an astrology influence, and this is where I come in with the astrology knowledge. But the rest of it is learning how to work and play with the cards and their signification, and use your intuition in order to make those connections, and looking at the whole sphere of what's going on in your life. So this is going to be fascinating. Join us. Registration is open. And the link is down below for both options. If you'd like to take only Practicing Tarot, which is the level 3, or 1, 2, and 3 at a very big discount. All right. So, okay, I have so many things to look at today. I'm like, okay, what should I choose? Because I don't think we're going to have the time to do all of it. Okay. A very sensitive topic and interesting. We're going to talk a little bit about the C-sections because in this video here, he's talking, well, I don't remember his name, so this is another account who took his video, so I'm sorry for that. They talk about how the percentage of C-section has increased from 4% to a really high percentage, which I think is like 1 out of 3 deliveries is now a C-section, which yes, this is where he's saying 1 out of 3 women nowadays are having a C-section. So yeah, so here we know that a lot of doctors allegedly are getting paid more. Maybe it's also the insurance companies that are getting more money because it's more costly for the hospitals to perform a C-section rather than just saying, okay, you're off, thank you. Like you don't have also the medication that is being given to the mother. But also here in this video, they're talking about how the placenta is the big value of this operation, because apparently they sell the placenta, which is rich in stem cells, hormones, regenerative compounds, and that it's less messed with when there's a C-section rather than a natural birth. And apparently they sell that, and a lot of companies are very willing to buy that. So let's ask the cards. So what's the real reason for this heightened percentage of C-sections? Is it doctors getting extra money? Is it insurance companies? Is it pharmaceutical? Or is it the placenta sale?
Or anything else?
Or anything else?
Okay, first of all, this is rare that I say that, but first of all, it is a big wake-up call for the woman. It says that this is supposed to help the woman say enough.
The fact that we're talking about this and that it has become more mainstream to talk about that.
Yeah, the fact that this is part of what is the norm now, right? So this is part of the things that are meant to trigger and awaken women to say, enough, I want to control over my own uterus. Because I think that it says that right now, it's not there. Let me see what's
out there. Okay, the awareness.
We're losing the control over our own uterus.
Yeah, body, power, energy, magic.
Over the food. There, it goes far.
Yeah.
3 of Cups, Ace of Pentacle, Queen of Swords. Yeah, finding your own voice. 2 of Pentacles. It says that it's pushing. Yeah, we're going to go back to what is the 3D cause of it. Yeah. But when it comes to the karmic cause, because that is the cause that came first, it talks about how we're supposed to go to an extreme to bring back the feminine energy in her power. And this is part of it. It's not all of it. There is so much things that are being done to the female body, but this is part of it to help her find her truth. Queen of Swords, which says shadow side.
And the uterus is connected with the throat chakra. It's the power centers.
There you go. And this shadow side card says, I will trigger what you fear the most. With the Queen of Swords, which for me, it's finding your own voice and speaking your own voice and not being afraid of repercussion of speaking up. We do have unconditional, I will fully accept who you are with the Ace of Pentacle. It's almost like the place of the woman is not accepted, and the woman doesn't have a place fully in the world that is set yet.
Is it part of, because we're talking about this idea of C-section, is it part because like their placenta are being sold unbeknownst to them or to us?
It's because they're being used by institutions that are ruled by men
But
And
does it have a link, do you think, with the uterus and the placenta?
when it comes to the spiritual one, no. When it comes to the more financial, let's say, or the convenient or whatever reason that there is, probably I will see that. But right now, the real thing that is coming in is really about the imbalance between the masculine and the feminine power. So I will ask about now the more of the convenient or financial.
Yeah, can we ask about, like, is it true that the placenta is worth a lot?
Okay.
Also, I've heard that from some people told me that you can ask the hospital to get your umbilical cord. And some of the women use that in order to drink. And don't quote me on that. I don't know the details exactly of how they do it, but to like help regenerate their bodies after a delivery.
Yeah, the stem cell thing, because what I heard is that, and you let us all know in the comments for sure, but what I heard is that you have to ask and insist that they don't clap it, like clamp, how do you say that? Clip, let's say clip, I think it's clip, the umbilical cord until the blood is to the baby. So this way the baby has everything it needs and everything is perfect the way it should be. Otherwise they take it. They take the blood from it and they take the placenta. Okay, so the value, it's not that the value is really a lot. There is a value, but it's not a lot. But it says that there is laws in certain country that prevents from them to do that. So certain countries don't have those laws and they sell it.
So there's like a black market of placentas.
Yeah, and there is for sure there is a lack of laws around this. So the Justice and the Six of Cups reverse, and we have the Fool reverse. It says it's not about to change. It's not about to change. So I think it's being used in the medical field and for black market over the world. And not every country has the rights to do it. So the countries that have the rights to do it are abusing it.
Okay, let's switch to a fascinating topic, which is apparently that Ziploc, the plastic bag company, is facing a new lawsuit related to potential microplastic exposure. And it says here because it's a new class action lawsuit that just exposes Ziploc's so-called microwave safe and freezer safe bags are leaching microplastics into your food when exposed to high and or low temperature, which is what microwave and freezer is about. So it's interesting also because I believe we pulled cards before, and I remember you talking about frozen fruits, and you said that if they have pesticides in them and we freeze them, the process of freezing the pesticides gets even worse for the body. And it reminds me that if, let's say, you freeze something with this Ziploc bag, which is plastic, it might be worse. So let's ask the cards, what happens when Ziploc bags are exposed to high temperatures or low temperatures, such as freezers?
What happened to the food inside?
What happened to us consuming the food afterwards?
It says no return. That's a bit extreme.
It's a bit extreme.
Okay, let's see why. Yeah, chemicals for sure. Okay, let's see what we have there.
And it says here that when they release those nanoplastics, when stressed by heat and cold, your body can't break them down. Instead, they bioaccumulate, lodging in your tissues, interfering with your hormones, disrupting your gut health, damaging cellular function. So it seems like it's
for the long term.
For the long term.
Go away. Because it says that we have purge, but we have sabotaging the purge in your system, and we have betrayal of the long-term metals in your body. So basically it says that this kind of chemicals is never leaving your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try to avoid that. Well, microwave for me is totally avoidable. I don't have a microwave personally. I think everything that comes out of it is toxic. And from what we've pulled also with the cards, it seems to be the case. But about the freezing, yes, it's news to me. Well, obviously it's plastic, so it's
Well, yeah, it's the plastic freezing.
yeah, but it seems like it does like an effect to the food that I didn't think was happening before. So that part is news to me. Thank you for that. Okay, so a lot of people have sent me stuff about this new coat that Bill Gates is part of this project that is called Apeel. And so apparently it's let me read that for you guys. It's a coating that is being put on some vegetables and some fruits, and that is helping it's helping last longer, apparently. But it's full of toxic contaminants like lead, mercury, arsenic that have been found in this product. And now the USDA has just approved this chemical coating, and it says that only 0.7% of the ingredients are disclosed and are going to be used on fruit label organic. So this is crazy. Can we ask the cards, like, what is the true consequence of this chemical mix on the body?
Night and day. So it changed a lot. Could change your DNA possibly with this one. Yeah, it's attacking the right spot exactly. So it's almost like it has a function. It has a job to do to destroy something in your body. I'm guessing the immune system, and to make a lot of money in the health department.
Okay. Yeah. Is this project going to end at some point anytime soon?
Yeah, let's see.
Will this initiative be shut down at some point?
Oh yeah, spiritual warriors, and we have the light workers. So spiritual warrior and the light workers. I think that we're not going to let that happen. Ace of water, we're not going to let that happen.
Yay. Okay, I have so many good questions. I don't know where to go. Okay. Let's go there. Let's go wild. Spirituality. Okay. So I don't know if you guys remember, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this topic, but there has been a lot of talk in the past years in the spiritual community about hybrid children, about hybrid starseed children. And the concept is that there has been a lot of abductions and a lot of people who have been what's the word, taken some body tissues and even let's say reproductive tissues in order to create those starseed children that are being, let's say, created outside of Earth, maybe some on secret places on Earth, on the under bases, and that when the time is right and the frequency is right, apparently they will come back here. Okay, that's a big question. Can we ask the card, is it true that there are hybrid starseed children close to Earth waiting for the right time to come here?
I don't think this is the concept as is. Because we have recognition one-sided, so it seems to not be exactly this way. We have the invisible woman, we have soulmate, so I don't think it is the exact same way that it is described.
Okay. Because maybe also it's on Earth in some labs, hidden labs.
Yeah.
Can we ask, like, are there starseed hybrid children, in the sense that if they have been created using different samples of off-worlders' DNA mixed with our DNA, and that they are like being not ostracized, but like put on the side for now, and that they are let's say the goal is for them to be reintegrated at some point. Like when we ask if it's a more accurate description of the concept.
I would say yes. They're hidden. So I'm just, Knight of Sword and the Eight of Wands, sorry. Those are the fastest card for me in the tarot. So I would say that they are ready to come in whenever it's needed to fight a fight. It's just, and it says children, absolutely. So that's a yes with what you said. It's just the details of where they are and everything. It's interesting card with the egg. It's different. I think there is multiple different ways to see where they could be, but the important part is that yes, there is, and yes, they are waiting for the right moment to come in, and they will have a big mission to a big part to play.
Okay, is this time coming soon? Because I'm thinking about all the big planets who have shifted sign this year, like Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter. No,
we had a Temperance, so I knew that there could have been a little bit of delay. But look at the body language. Whenever we do this with our hand, it's like stop, pause. And this is a card of pushing back. So we have two cards of like, wait a moment. It's not the time yet. So I would not say it's time at the moment. I think it's just I would say that it's after the woman energy rising, possibly, or if the energy of the woman needs help, maybe, because we do have this rise of the woman to be a complete union with the masculine, and this is the timeline that is being given. So it's possible that it is going to be helping for this or right after, but it's in connection to the woman.
Can we ask if it's in the coming 5 years or so? If they're going to be here around 5 years?
I would say yes. Four of Wands, it's the house. The Empress is the mother, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I would say yes.
Because I'm thinking like they're children, but they're not going to be children forever, Like they have to integrate the earth at some point. Okay, this is fascinating. Tell me what you think. I know there has been so many theories in the community regarding that, but I just had a flash, I think, yesterday, and I'm like, okay, I need to ask this. I don't know why. So let me know what you think. And I think we're going to probably continue asking questions on this regarding your own questions. Please put them in the comments below. And we just put out the show schedule for this week. So we are here on Tuesday, and we have a 5D news episode every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So thank you for liking, subscribing to the channels wherever you're watching this on, because the algorithms are not really working in our favor here. So it really, really helps us if you are supporting us in that way into liking, subscribing, and even sharing the content. And as you can see here, we have a special surprise show that is coming this Thursday. So let's see. So this is going to be from Sophie and I. Let's see. Can't wait to share that with you guys. And lastly, before we go, of course, if you'd like to book your one-on-one consultation, you have the option of ordering a pre-recorded from Sophie, a 30-minute pre-recording tarot regarding and answering your questions, or a live one-on-one 1 hour tarot reading, or the past live reading, which is also live. And for all those three options, please put Jupiter as your discount code to save 10% off your next reading. Wow, that was a lot today. Thank you so much, Sophie. Beautiful show. Amazing topics, and we have some more amazing topics that we didn't have time to do, so we're going to do them next week. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. We love you very, very much. And please also do make sure you put your questions either down below or in the community. And we love you. We'll see you next week and this Thursday. Sending you much love, and see you soon.